I watched the show, of course, and Ron, your character just is such a like burst of happiness and it's so lighthearted. I just wanted to know, like, overall, where did you base this character in? Was it just like, I mean, we all have that cousin.
Yeah, a lot of it comes from family. I mean, a lot of it is me. I have that type of vibe in life. I'm a people pleaser. I just like making people feel good. And then that's just part of who I am and what drew me to comedy in the first place. But as far as adding a little bit of extra on it, a lot of it's just from my mom. My mom is like just a good friend to have, a good person to have in your life. And the fact that she is there for you, she always has your back, she's a positive for you, but she also won't let you get away with BS. If there's something going on in your life and she sees it, she'll be upfront about it. And she's a good friend that way, and that she's willing to risk a friendship to tell you the truth. And I think that's a lot of what I put into the character of Howard.
I love it. Speaking of friends, Joel, you guys have this we're a work friendship.
Yeah.
And I love it because it's kind of true. Like there's always that person who you're like, we're work friends, we're not actual friends. But also, I mean, you're like your character is also learning from this experience as well. What do you hope viewers take away from this?
Yeah, I mean, I think my character definitely comes into it a little bit more resistant to the changes that Molly wants to make in her own life. And it's people like Howard on the show that really like sort of pull me into the world a little bit more and sort of open me up. And I think like that I hope is like the big takeaway. I think it's like the arc of that character and that friendship is like opening yourself up to experiences that you might not initially think are for you can be really transformative.
Well, Nat, I of course there's something between you and Maya's character there, an understanding, but also yeah, I mean, do you want to speak to playing that out?
Yes, it was very fun to sort of play, um, the idea of liking someone, but not sort of sure how much to expose of that, that feeling. Clearly, they bond over their sort of similar, paths and kind of this next chapter of their lives. But I have known Maya for a very long time personally, and she's always had a huge crush on me. So that was, it was just sort of trying to tell her like, hey, I'm the one that's got the crush on you this time. No, it was very easy to do because of our close friendship and sort of playing that kind of like, I don't know, that dynamic of where you want to say so many things, but you don't. It's fun to hide some of the things that you're feeling, and picking your spots, I guess.
Well, and one of my questions watching this, I was like, obviously you guys know some pretty rich and famous people. Were you worried that you were going to offend some of them? I mean, Joel, like, do you want to take that one?
Um, no, I mean, that wasn't like a super huge concern. I think like Maya is now the richest person that I know. So I was like, as long as she's down to, lampoon some of these people, I think it felt like a safe environment to do so. And I think like that's the cool thing about the show too, is I think a lot of people initially, especially after seeing the trailer, I've seen, comments of like, oh, this is not what we need right now as a show humanizing billionaires. But I think it's really going to surprise people, like sort of the critique of wealth that the show actually is like sort of sneakily getting in there. So I think people will be pleasantly surprised by that.
Well, and Ron, like you has say, oh, like we want to take advantage of this. Like she is wealthy, and what's wrong with enjoying that too? Like what's wrong with profiting from other people's wealth?
It's the fun of being close to wealth and being around wealth. Yeah, I think that's for a lot of people a dream, to be able to spend money that you do not earn. That's what the American dream in general, and Howard gets to live a lot of that, and I think that's beautiful. But I think overall, a lot of what Howard does is show you the fun of all aspects of everything. So it's like, you don't have to have this money just be a burden to you of like, what should I do? What should I feel bad because I have this money? But you can also help people. You can help your family. You can do a lot of positives, and that way money can be a tool. And I think that's a lot of what this show, like to go on what Joel says, is a lot of what this show critiques is the way that you use this tool and the way that you use that money and what you become passionate about. And if you just become addicted to being rich, how that can basically ruin your life.
Well, and were you guys like actually on a private jet?
No, we were on like a Universal theme park ride version of a private jet. It was actually the coolest thing I think we got to do, was be on this like shaky jet like Universal ride.
It feels like it was more expensive than an actual jet because of all the gadgets in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a hydraulic jet that shook when we were on it. Well, we did shoot some stuff on a private jet that apparently like Beyonce and Jay-Z were like use when they go on like a night away. And you guys went to that one house.
Oh my God. Yeah. We shot in the most expensive house in America, and it was so surreal to be there. Also, the most expensive house in America, no doors on a lot of the bathrooms. So they were really focused on the bowling alley and the candy store, and then forgot to put doors on the bathrooms.
Well, then I was like, are you guys actually are there pools on yachts?
There are pools on yachts. Yes. Yeah, sadly, my accounting world didn't really get to delve into any of those sets. Although I did ride on that helicopter, and that was exhilarating because at first it was just going to be a sort of going up and going down, and then it turned into going up and doing like a lap around LA and then coming down.
You guys got paid for this?
No, there was no stunt pay. There was no stunt pay. Which was also funny because Maya was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I was like, I guess I am.